So if you're eating healthy and maybe even working out as well, but you're still not losing that postpartum weight, you are definitely not alone. My name's Shayna. I am a prior personal trainer, prior cop, mom of 2, and today I want to talk about 3 science-backed reasons why weight loss postpartum might feel so impossible to you and what you can actually do to see results without crazy dieting or killing yourself with workouts. So the first thing that is not the sexiest thing, and sometimes it's hard for us to hear, is that we are a hormonal mess after we have a baby. We are not the same as men where they have a 24-hour circadian rhythm. We have a 30-day circadian rhythm. We're just different. So the biggest impact after having a baby and even in the years after is cortisol. Cortisol from loss of sleep and stress do so many things to the body that do not allow you to effectively lose the weight like you could have. And in those early days when prolactin is high to make milk for the baby, that also stops fat loss as well. The body's main priority is not to lose fat at this time, it's to provide nourishment for another human. So one crappy thing about cortisol is that it doesn't want us to lose fat because it's trying to protect us. So a lot of the time when you do have stubborn weight loss, that weight loss is centered usually around our internal organs. And because that is a mechanism to keep us safe. So if we have that belly fat, butt fat, hip fat, that's usually where our body wants to store it when we have weight gain due to a stress response. So I know this is not sexy to hear this, but we do have to try to regulate our stress response as much as we can. So ways to do that are, honestly, try to get protein and fat at every meal. That helps balance your blood sugar so you're not having a bunch of crashes. Include gentle movement. Gentle movement. I think we initially want to just, as soon as we're ready to start moving, we want to just get fit, do the intense stuff, burn all the calories, do the stuff, but your body is already so stressed out. That is the last thing that it needs. So most of the time that will actually backfire on you. If you're not ready and your hormones aren't ready, they will tell you and they will let you know. Also incorporate magnesium-rich foods too, because when we're sleep deprived and when we're tired, magnesium is depleted, which helps us sleep. So you can try magnesium-rich foods, or you can also try things like adaptogens. And I really love ashwagandha. That's a stress adaptogen that I've personally used for years, and it works wonderful. So the second reason why we could have a hard time losing weight postpartum is strictly just muscle loss. So when our muscle goes down, naturally our fat mass goes up. When we lose muscle, it is a detriment to burning calories overall because a pound of muscle weighs more, but also burns more than a pound of fat does. Just simply at rest, just sitting there, just existing. And one thing that kind of shoots a lot of moms in the foot is that the fitness industry tries to tell us that we just need to over cardio and burn all these calories and restrict our eating. And that is so far from the truth. Because what we need is nourishment, we need to resistance train, and we need to build that muscle. And restricting our eating and then increasing our cardio, our high intensity efforts is not going to get us there. It's going to put us back into a stress response state, which is going to cause our body to hold on to what it can because it has so many other things that it needs to work on, like rebuilding muscle and maybe nursing a human. So there are so many other things that it should be worrying about, and adding in solely just a really intense cardio component or HIIT training, regimen that exhausts the whole system is just really, really hurting us. And last reason is sleep deprivation. So when this happens, our hunger hormone, which is ghrelin, spikes, and then leptin, our hormone, actually goes down. So when we have sleep deprivation, it throws off our appetite cues. And so it makes us feel hungrier than we actually are, even though we're just really, really tired. So in those early days, I know we cannot fix sleep with a newborn. We just gotta kind of go with it. But you can support recovery with sleep. So you can prioritize naps and make sure that you're not skipping meals. So a lot of women will, because they're not able to work out and because they're pretty low on sleep, They're also skipping meals in between that, which also sends a spiral for the body that it's super stressed. So now it's not sleeping and now it's not eating. And this is a time, if you have it available, that you gotta ask for help. You gotta ask for help. Sleep is a weight loss tool. We do most of our repairing when we're sleeping, not when we're awake. So if we're not sleeping, we're losing so much recovery, so much fat loss, so much muscle building when we're not sleeping. You are not broken. You do not need to, quote unquote, bounce back. This is a process. You can do it. You have to do some things to take care of yourself, but give yourself some grace. If you like this content, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.